They got to fill in the gaps. There's got to be a reason why A.J. Brown's not talking to the media. There's got to be a reason that there was a little testy communication on the sideline. There's got to be a reason for that. It's got to be deep. It's got to be split in the locker room. No, it doesn't. And when all of that stuff happened in week 2, I told y'all, that type of stuff happens every week on every team, on every sideline. Period. That is a common practice. You're not always going to get along. Sometimes one person does a wrong thing and somebody will come over there and jump down your throat. But it's not like it's breaking the fabric of a team. Again, media got to run with that and just they got to try to add something to it. And it doesn't belong. Keep it simple. The problem is when you keep it simple, you don't get the clicks, you don't get the traffic, and you don't sell magazines. That's it in a nutshell. So they try to spice it up, try to make it into something that it isn't. And they might get the clicks, but they end up, alienating the players that they're rooting for. This is basically answering, like, he didn't talk to the media, so that's why people thought.
Well, I mean, you didn't talk to the media for a little bit there, and
I mean, you wonder why. You see what the media is doing right now. This past whole month, you wonder why. I'm not talking to him. I don't want to talk to him because no matter what I say, you guys gonna make a story anyway and pinpoint it however you want to pinpoint it.
Yep. That's it in a nutshell. Whenever an athlete, especially when you in a losing streak, whenever you shove a microphone in somebody's face and you don't like the answer that they're giving, they're either not being truthful with you or there has to be something else to the story. And because you, as a news reporter, have to fill in the gaps, you fill in the gaps. You make up stuff. And you come up with some outlandish stuff. And it just, you sending a snowball down the hill, it just gets bigger and bigger. And in this day and age, when I played, you could avoid all of that. Or at least you could ignore it. It was a lot easier to ignore. Now you can't. The noise is so loud with social media and things of that nature. The way information travels, it's instant. So you do have to deal with it. Now, I still don't think that you don't need to have players dealing with it in a locker room at halftime and craziness like that. But you can't avoid this onslaught of information anymore. Now, like one of the things, some of these, I heard the comments from Peter King today. And the first thing I thought of was, and Peter King is respected and all of that, but some of the stuff people say, it comes, in my opinion, it comes from an archaic point of view. Like an old school point of view. And you got to remember, like a lot of these guys, 20, 30, 40 years in the game. 40 years being a reporter or a journalist covering the NFL. So they've seen it all. And now they got to share the stage with somebody that never went to school for journalism, nothing like that. Some kid decided to pick up a computer, read up and study stats and analytics so they know the X's and O's and the numbers of the game just as good as a 30-year vet. So they can talk that talk and be on even keel. And because social media lets you put that information out sometimes faster than they do on TV, now they've leveled the playing field. And some of these OGs in the game, they don't like that. So they come from, they're obviously going to come from their perspective, but sometimes their perspective seems very out of date and old. When A.J. Brown was going on his silence strike, he didn't want to talk to the media, and it was only for a couple of days, people lost their minds.